Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm Meghan Maes, and this is Being Civil in Minnesota. It's a place where I come every Saturday at 10 to talk about issues with families or people who are experiencing conflict and the court system. I am a lawyer and a mediator in the state of Minnesota. This is not legal advice. I'm not going to be giving you any advice today, nor am I agreeing to be your lawyer or mediator. This is just resources and information so that you and your family can make the best decisions for yourself. I think there's a lot of great information out there, but I think there's a lot of terrible information out there. So I want to make sure that you have information and you can make the best decision for you and your family. So today I'm going to be talking about mediation. A lot of people, when they think about conflict with custody or parenting time or forming a business, you think court. Go to court, fight it out, attorneys, judge decides, right? Well, that's not the only option. Mediation can have several advantages to participating in a contested court process, and so I will talk about some of those today. One of the main benefits of mediation is it's cost effective. If you have to hire a lawyer, you're going to be paying that lawyer hourly, or if you have a separate kind of injury or special kind of case, it may be on a contingency fee basis, meaning a percentage of what you recover for damages. With mediation, there's only one individual. The parties typically split the cost of that individual, and it's generally significantly less costly than litigation. And I say this as a lawyer, right? I'm practiced in the art of peace, but I'm skilled in the art of war, right? I don't want to go picking every fight when it's not necessary. So mediation can be a great place, cost effective, get it done before people's feelings get hurt. I had a friend who once asked me, she said, well, why does divorce cost so much? It's like, well, because it's worth it to a lot of people. But it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Okay. Another benefit of doing mediation is it's going to be a lot quicker. Courts are typically hard to get on the court's calendar. It all depends on the judge and what their calendar allows for. There's also rules that require documents to be exchanged between people before you get to go in front of a judge, and that has to happen before the hearing takes place. So already you're looking at least a month before you can get in front of a judge. Then the judge has up to 90 days to make a decision. Not everyone's going to get in that very month that they want. And with trials, I have judges that are scheduling out 6 months. So if you have an issue that can't wait, mediation can be far more quick and responsive, and that can help eliminate the disputes much quicker. Another benefit of mediation over the court process is confidentiality. Not that there aren't parts of court that are confidential, but if you are going to a court and you want a judge to make a decision, typically you're going to have to file paperwork for the judge in order for them to know what it is you want and why you want it. When you have children with another person, a lot of that stuff is very personal, right? They're your kids. So keeping those kind of details out of court documents can be very, it can help people enhance their feeling of, keeping their life private, their financial information, their social calendar, their bad habits, right? So if you resolve things in mediation, those kind of documents don't get filed with the court and then cannot be located by, your ex-nemesis from high school who can, look up information. Not all information is accessible remotely. You do have to go to the courthouse to get some information, but it's still available. Another great reason to do mediation is you have control over the outcome. Once you give your decision-making power over to a judge, that's it. You have control over the final agreement. the mediators there is help to facilitate a discussion, to help identify barriers, and to help with creative solution and problem solving. If you can control the outcome, you're usually going to have a better relationship with the other individual. There's less of the power and control and more collaborative problem solving, which can lead to a healthier relationship moving forward. Mediation is less stressful. There's no testimony. There's no calling of witnesses. You go and you meet with the mediator, and you talk to them about what your goals are and about what your concerns might be and some of your ideas for what you would like to see happen. Mediator meets with both you and the other party. They are neutral, and they help to hear and resolve the conflict. And when that can be done in an expedited manner with you in control, you're going to be less stressed about the process. Mediation is also a lot more flexible than court can be. If you go to court, you go to the courthouse. The courthouse has hours between these two times. You have X amount of minutes that you have in front of the judge before the judge has to go on to the next case. Mediation can be done in a day, in a half day. It can be done in person, which can be helpful to get people in the same vicinity. If there are safety concerns, obviously there are alternative ways to have mediation remotely, and that can be arranged with today's technology very easily. If there are not concerns for physical safety, close proximity can help parties to take things very seriously. They're there, they want to get things resolved. It's, getting people just in the same vicinity can be helpful, because a lot of times these people have not been in the same room together in a minute. Mediation, you're likely going to have higher compliance rates, meaning that if you come up with the agreement, you're far more likely to follow it. If a judge orders something that you do not like and you still have to do it, then it's someone telling you what to do. And I think people in general don't love being told what to do. So when you are the one who has the power and make those decisions, you're going to follow through because you had a say and it was your decision. It's a completely voluntary process. You do not have to come to a resolution, but a lot of cases do. And then lastly, mediation, you're likely going to have more of a win-win than a lose-lose situation. When judges make a decision in family law, everybody's, usually unhappy. With mediation, you can decide what things you can live without and what things are most important to you, and you can prioritize those, whereas a judge doesn't necessarily always know, okay, I would rather the transportation provision be in place than the communication provision. That's more important to me to know that they're going to be on time than they're going to call at a certain time. Mediation can help sort of weigh those options and goals and help you come up with a resolution that works for you and your family. So I think mediation is a great tool in the tool belt. Find a good mediator, get on their calendar, go to mediation prepared, right? If you have a financial dispute, you're going to need to prepare some things in advance, but your mediator will walk you through all of that. They're likely going to have an onboarding process that will help you to understand how to set up your process with your mediator and to make the most out of your mediation session. Hope everybody has a great rest of your Saturday. I'm Meghan Maes, and this is Being Civil in Minnesota. If you have questions, go ahead and post them in the Facebook group, or if somebody you know is going through a conflict, please refer them to the page and they can ask questions anonymously. All right, take care, and I'll see you next Saturday.